Sure. Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Yogesh here from CMT team. I welcome you to our technical webinar on this weekend. It is a digitalization of quality functions in project by Suman Kachru sir. About the speaker, Suman Kachru sir is the founder and CEO of BGQC. Also, is a professor of practice in CIDC Gujarat. And on behalf of CMT team, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I'll just brief you about the CMTI. CMTI, we are the leading construction management training institute dedicated to developing construction professionals. We are the technical training partner for top firms like Tata, L&T, Godrej, and many more. And CMTI has placed more than 3,000 plus professionals across India in civil and non-civil industry. And currently, we are offering three types of courses for civil and non-civil students: advanced construction management, interior design management, building information modeling, and quantity survey. And we offer three learning options: offline, online, and hybrid mode. And we guarantee 100% placement to all our students. Currently, we have a lot of openings from various companies. In regards to that, please share your details in the chat box so that our respective counselors will be giving you the details. Everyone stay till the end of the webinar to get access to the e-certificate link and fill up the form to get your e-certificate. Also type your details in the chat box. In case if you did not receive, our team will help you to get your e-certificate. Those who are interested in placement, internship courses, please do contact 8884422180 or the number which is mentioned in the chat box. And please do follow us on LinkedIn, Insta, and YouTube for future webinar details and placement details. Thank you all. Over to you, Suman sir.
So our goal, our mission is to save billions of dollars annually by reducing risk and reward. It may sound like a very big goal, but in actually our industry is so large that even few percentage of difference we make, we will definitely be achieving this. BGQC is our brand where our tagline is focus on quality, and that is what our goal is, and this presentation is all about. Now, before I start telling you what it is and how it works, let us see what happens when quality systems are not introduced or implemented in the proper way. Full disclaimer, some of you might be from organizations which I am using in case study, but please forgive me, I have taken data only from publicly published sources from reputed national newspapers. So don't take it personally. These are only to give example so that people are aware that if they do not follow quality principles, what kind of disasters can happen. You can see this newspaper cutting. This is in National Daily Times of India about a very famous project in Gurugram, Citadel Paradiso. For those from North India will recognize about how a series of collapses happened in the living room of this one project, and some people lost their life also. Now, even in a premium project with large sizes of apartment, quality was compromised, and this happened. This is another very famous example, and I know some of the people here are from this organization. It is the greatness of this organization that it allowed to publish such things. Even after 5 years of completion, this reputed developer faced spalling in their construction project. They had to spend crores and crores of rupees to relocate the people who were already living so that they can repair. Those who resisted, they were given buyback offers. So you can imagine the cost impact when quality was not maintained. And in this case, the culprit was water. There was chloride in the water in the RMC and maybe in curing, and that created effect after 5 to 6 years. What this highlights is that we may build in hurry, or we may forget to use certain quality control principles, but the result may come even after years and haunt the company that built. Another example here, though, the High Court had to come in and just order a demolition. Another very famous example. And so now with these three examples, I think I have made an impact in all the audience's minds that there is not a single quality check or quality principle that can be avoided or ignored or forgotten, because the consequences can be devastating. I hope that point is now established. Now, what does a digital process do? So this is a quick comparison of current reality, I call it pain points, and how a digital platform like DigiQC introduces execution governance to not have such problems. All of you are professionals or students, so you already know that on construction side, data is scattered on many platforms. Some is in Excel, some in is WhatsApp, sometimes it is on paper. There is no single source of truth, and that creates a lot of problem when you have to identify any trend. Similarly, non-compliance certificates or site instructions are issued, but you never know whether they are closed or not. Accountability gets compromised. There may be a lot of test registers kept and data kept in physical format, but auditing it becomes a nightmare. Also, you never know whether it is correct or not because people can change pages in backdate also. Similarly, quality approvals may be given, but if they are on emails or WhatsApp, or they may get delayed, it creates a lot of bottlenecks. Traceability is not there. Similarly, the leaders or the people who really care about quality, who are a little bit higher in the organization, they already come to know about this thing after the fact. It is too late by the time things come to their notice. So these are the common problems or pain points. Now, how a digital platform like DigiQC solves it is by making it very authentic and real time. For example, every data that gets input gets time and location stamped, which means nobody can sit in office and do work. They have to be on the site where action is happening. Also, everything is visible in the same place. So you cannot hide behind pages and emails. It is all in one place. Everything from site instruction to the test registers is auditable and traceable. And workflows are very clearly defined in terms of who is giving the approval, when they gave the approval, what was the turnaround time. So no blame game can happen. Everything is transparent. And for the management, because it is real time, the dashboards give them the indicators that if something is going off track, they can be proactive and take decisive action to correct the situation. So this is the reason why a digital platform is necessary, important, and making meaningful difference in the industry. As a platform, DigiQC has been around for quite some time. Almost all areas in India, pan-India, it is being used. Even international companies are also using it. And it is not limited only to real estate. Real estate obviously is famous because the logos are well known. But even companies which are in contracting or infrastructure or industrial construction or renewable energy, all of them are benefiting from DigiQC as their digital quality platform. So we are agnostic to the project typology. Systems are what we are focusing on. Typology, based on typology, the system can adapt. So that is the configuration part of it. A lot of people have validated us. If you see our website, you will see a lot of video testimonial also. And internationally and nationally, we have received a lot of awards also. So what is DigiQC? In a very simple term, you can say it is a mobile app and it is a web app. The mobile app is basically for the site engineer because they are on the job site. It is in their control that labor is working, the machineries are being controlled, the material is being used. So they are really the ones who implement. They are the ones who control quality. We may have the best specification, we may have the best drawings, all very good contract document, very good QAP, everything is fine. But it is actually the people on the job site who make sure that it is being followed. If they don't implement correctly, then quality will go haywire. So the mobile app is basically a tool for the site engineers to do their quality related work. Like inspections they are doing on mobile app, instructions they are raising on mobile app, they can fill data in the register, they can do a lot of things on the mobile app because it is very handy. They don't have to carry a lot of drawings or pages or anything with them. Also, it is offline available. So if you are in the basement or you are in a remote area, there is an offline mode. So even without data signal, you can do your work. And when it comes back to network, it will sync and get other people informed. Now, for the managers or executives or even owners of the companies, the web app is more useful. Why? Because the dashboards are seen on the web app. They can see the trends, they can do the analytics. Also, they can generate the reports. Also, the system setup, like who is responsible for what work and how the the work breakdown is done. All that is configured from the web app. So these are the two components of DigiQC. As indicated on this slide, it is freely available on Google Android store as well as the App Store. Typically, it is the company who take the subscription and their teams are able to use it directly. One important thing in construction we all know is that people have so much work to do that they forget what is to be done. And that is why notifications become very important. So in DigiQC, we have multiple notification systems. We have email notification when it is something very serious. There is in-app notification, means the app itself is giving you notification if something is overdue or some action needs to be taken. And of course, for the people who may be a little bit from unorganized sector or temporarily on the project, we also have a system of WhatsApp notification. Now let's go module by module. What all are the main parts of DigiQC and what it does? So inspection module. So one of the main module, as we know in quality, is inspection. Now inspection can be many types. There could be material inspection, that whenever a truck comes on the site or before dispatch you want to see something, you can do inspections of the material. It is accepted only when it passes the criteria. Then there is workmanship inspection, which is most critical because that is happening on the job site, and whatever is the workmanship will become part of the structure. So you do that. Then quality and safety obviously is there. Everything in DigiQC is customizable. So it is your choice how you use it, how detailed your checklist are, how many times you have to do. All that is possible. And workflows are configurable. I will explain in the later part. So typically in a construction site, where it is a large construction site, we call this system maker, checker, approver system. So maker typically is the contractor's person. They are the ones who are building. So it is their duty that they build right first time. And then only they call for inspection to either the PMC or the third party inspection agency or the builder's engineer or the owner's engineer, whoever is the in charge. Then certain cases, even higher level approver is required. Typically, if it is a structural component and the structural engineer is liable, then they can give the approver. Or in the hierarchy of the company, there may have that site engineer will give the checker approval, but it will come to senior engineer for further approval in serious cases like cantilever or some inserts are there or something like that. So 80-20 rule is generally followed. 80% of the inspections follow maker checker and 20% generally follow maker checker and approver. And within that also there can be multiple level like approver number 1, approver number 2, like that. So what happens when you use the maker checker approver system? And by the way, all of them are using the mobile phone only. They are on the mobile app. So nobody is, typically if there is a paper-based system, you will have multiple copies. One will stay with the contractor, 2 will go to the checker, then checker will sign, 1 he will keep, the other will go to approver, like that. Too many paperwork happen, and then physically you have to transport from one end of the project to another end. When it is on mobile phone, all that is completely eliminated. So what happens when you follow this system is that you have execution discipline. You cannot bypass the system. You cannot do backdated system. You cannot overrule the system. Everything is in real time. It has got photo based evidence, which is taken only from the app. So nobody can attach from WhatsApp or any old photograph. And the speed becomes very critical. You can really, maybe there are instances like the maker may do the self-check at maybe morning 9 a.m. The checker will get notification that it is ready for checking. They will schedule the work. By 11, they may finish. And if it is approver is also required, by 12 o'clock, even approver is done. So same in half a day, all 3 processes are done, even on large site. Compared to paper-based system where sometimes RFI will be raised 1 day in advance, then the checking will happen. The next day, approval may happen 3rd day. So 3 days go into that. So you can see there is a 10x improvement in speed. Risk gets reduced. Why? Because no stage can be skipped. And of course, when it is such a bulletproof system, it is defensible in any kind of audit also. Even when you are doing the inspection, of any work, you can follow work stages like pre, during, post is common. For example, if you are doing a girder or a metro pier, you may have a different inspection for the starter, then different for the RCC cage, different for the shuttering, different for the concrete pour. Like that, you can break the element into multiple stages. So pre, during, post is very common because before the work, during the work, and after the work, you can check. This creates more discipline. You cannot bypass the system. And obviously, each stage you will get reminder so that you cannot forget it. And all the records are kept with date and time. So you can even monitor the speed in which the inspections were done. Now the inspections are done using checklists. Checklist in DigiQC, we have a whole library of checklists which we have created based on best practices. But in some company, they may have their own system, or we may have a new type of project where the checklist we never had in the library. In that case, the company's system admin will create their own checklist as per their standards and import it. So both options are available. There is standard templates which is available, or specialized ones which you can create on your own. Irrespective of it, it is a very quick process. There is no rocket science behind it. Normal CSV file can be imported and your checklist can be live. Or you import our existing template. In that, if you want to add or reduce a point, that is also possible. Within the checklist, a lot of specialized things are available. Now, this is what sets DigiQC apart from some standard, workflow systems. Why? Because we have ready reckoner in it. If you have a standard operating procedure or method statement, or you want to give a reference photograph, you can put such kind of ready reckoner at every checkpoint. And that will allow the site person to not rely on their own memory. If they want to see exactly what was required, they can quickly refer to that and then check the item. And also, you can make photographs mandatory. If the checkpoint is very serious, you will have a checkpoint mandatory photo, which means the person cannot move forward till he attaches a real site photograph. You can even make remark mandatory if you want. And there are multiple type of answer types. There is typically yes, no is the most common, but you can have multiple choice. You can have numerical answer with logic to it. You can also have text type of answers. So this is about the checklist setup. Now let us see real quickly how the inspection module works. These are the screenshots of the screen. It starts from the left. You can see witness. If you want somebody to be a witness to what you are doing, then you can have them with you and take photograph. So now nobody can raise their hands and say, oh, I was not there when it was happening. I don't know why they failed our inspection. You can capture the person. You can even make that mandatory when you are setting up the system. Then there is a drawing detail screen. This is the only part in the app where gallery access is allowed, because sometimes the drawing is in a PDF file which is saved on the phone, or it could be a photograph. So they are allowed to access it because it is a record they are carrying. Or you can, if it is a physical drawing, you just take photograph of the title block. Why? This is a psychological hack. It makes people refer to the drawing. One of the biggest problem or disease, I call it, is that engineers go on the job site to do site inspection, quality inspection, but they don't have the drawing with them. So they are relying on memory, or they are relying on contractor's drawing, which may be outdated. They may not even know that. So this makes them little aware and more conscious. Then, of course, the checklist is there. It is sequential or random, whichever way you want it. And each point you have to answer. And then in the end, you can fail or pass depending on the answers that you gave. After that, if it is a sequential inspection, you will select which was the contractor that worked on it. So that record will be created against his name, and also set a reminder for the next stage. So that way you will remind yourself when the next stage is coming, and you can plan your time accordingly. If there is an approver involved in this after checking, then approver will get the entire record in their mobile app. They will see exactly what the inspector had checked, all the photographs they can see. And after they are satisfied, they can give approval. If they are not happy with what they see, there are comments that they can give on every point which they are unhappy with. So if everything is okay, they can give one-click approval, so it doesn't take much time. You can even configure it for remote approval. Like one of our client, Hero Future, is having projects all over India, including overseas, Vietnam, Philippines, many countries they have projects. So they cannot have quality people on site. So they do remote approval. So configuration is available in that. And if you make it mandatory on site, then of course they have to be on the site. So location tracking will be there. And they can give redo or approval based on the what they see. Another important part is the location. So when you are doing an inspection, you have to identify exactly which place you are doing the inspection or what is the element that you are checking. So there is a concept called nomenclature in which you can break down the entire project into pieces. Like in this example, I have given a real estate project where there are multiple towers. Within multiple towers, there are multiple floors. Within each floor, there are multiple units. So like that, you can do drop down. So it is very specific where you are checking. If it would have been RCC, then it would have been grid based. What it does, it gives you a very clear data point on what is checked, what is not checked, where it is stuck. All those kind of data can be retrieved and you have more control. Now let us go to the second module, which is the instruction module. Instruction module is basically, a lot of people call it non-compliance report. Some people call it site instruction. Some people call it issues. It is basically that when you are on a project and you are taking a round and you see something is going wrong, you quickly take a photograph, annotate the photograph, describe the issue, what is the problem, and give remedy if you have a remedy for it, and you assign it to the concerned person. Now, when it is assigned to the concerned person, it will obviously get to them as a notification in their mobile app, or if they are not in the mobile app or their user is not set up, still you can assign the issue because then they will get a WhatsApp notification. So accountability gets fixed. The person who saw the thing wrong, they have the authority to raise the instruction, assign the issue to the person who is responsible for correcting it. Once the person has corrected the issue, they will respond and say with documentary proof that, okay, they have corrected the issue. It comes back to the person who issued it. If they are accepting it, they are happy that, okay, it is correct. They will accept, matter is closed. But if they are not happy, they will reject it. It will go back to the person. This way, through the mobile app itself, everybody is communicating in real time and closing issues. So the way the system works is inspections are done on milestones, right? Because you won't do inspection every hour. You will do it when the right stage comes. But instruction you can do whenever you see anything going wrong. So as a combination, it works very nicely because between milestones, if you see something going wrong, you will raise instruction so that the stage itself will never have problem because you corrected it while it was being happened. But at the stage, you will again do milestone where all the details are checked. So as a combination, the chances of things going wrong is reduced substantially. And you build right the first time through this methodology. This is the flow. When you raise the issue, you basically, when you raise the issue, you assign it to the responsible person if they are listed, or you can use phone contact. So then they will be notified through the WhatsApp notification. When they respond to you, their photograph will also be seen. So for example, I have shown that the issue raised was that cement bag was stacked wrongly, if you follow my cursor. And then the contractor corrected it and they send it back with the photographic evidence that now stacking is proper. Then you can accept that, okay, this is a good way they have done it. You will accept it, matter is closed, and you can keep working on other things. The third module is register. We all know that a lot of records are kept on the construction site in various registers, which are basically long books. We have material registers, test registers, safety formats, snag list, site, a lot of things are there. All that doesn't need to exist on a paper format because it is so tedious to first fill the tedious thing in the register, then transfer it into Excel, then make a report out of it, send it to some email to some senior. Directly you enter it in a digital format in a very well configured way. So entire time is saved, and this can be seen from anywhere where the people who are responsible to monitor are available. What happens? Centralization happens. All the registers are maintained with date and time. Now you can't go like you won't want to put things in backlog that, okay, I will fill all of them in Sunday only. No, you have to do every day. So your time is saved. Standardization happens, visibility increases, and obviously compliance increases. So register is one of the tools which can be correlated with the instruction and the inspection because the common data is connected through nomenclature. So this is what a register looks like. There are common data which is in the top. This is where I am following the cursor. So I have given the example of transit mixers register, where different transit mixers are coming and you are keeping a record of it. So vendor name is written, location where the concrete is to be used. So this is same as the nomenclature that we can use for the instruction and inspection. And then the date of casting is written. Then as the transit mixers are coming, you can see how the grade of concrete, the challan number, so you can correlate with physical document also, quantity of meter cube in the transit mixer, slump when you checked it, the time that it came, and whether cubes were taken, and if they were taken, then the ID. All that can be in the register. Now, God forbid if any of the cubes failed, then immediately this register will come into play. You will know who was the vendor of that particular RMC. You will also know the TM. You will also know the time, and you can also correlate which slab the concrete had gone into. So these things generally take a lot of time after some cube is failed to just discover where was it the concrete used, because there you will have to do NDT. In this case, in fingertips, you can find those things out. In register, there is also approval system. Typically, especially in Gujarat, at least the structure engineer always wants to see the cube register, but they may not. Okay, they visit the site occasionally. But now with the register in digital format, you can just send it for their approval through DigiQC only. It will go to them as a private link. They will see it. If they like it, they will approve it. So they are also safe that all the strength criteria are being achieved, and your time is also saved, because now nobody has to go to his office physically to show the cube result, or otherwise you have to fill it in Excel and send it to them. All that time is saved, and it is traceable. Register logs are also there, so you can have multiple logs in the same register. For example, I have shown this cube register log. You can see this is pour 2 of second floor slab, then this is first floor slab pour 1. So these are different pours with different registers. So if you click on it, then the cube results will show. But all of them are kept in the same place. Now you can see if they are the same concrete grade M30 and they are from the same supplier, then imagine the power of analytics that you have. You can do standard deviation on it. Something
Sir,
that very
can we
few.
take 1 or 2 questions now? There is some people raise their hands. 1 or 2 questions?
Sure, why not?
Yes, from GMS project, somebody has raised the hand. You can ask the query.
Sir, no.
Okay, no issue. Thank you. So everyone stay till end. We will give opportunity to speak with the speaker also. All your queries he can solve. Okay. So if you have queries, you can raise your hand. So we will note down your name, and from there we will help you with the answers. Okay. Thank you, sir. Please continue, sir.
So very few projects I have seen where the standard deviation is actually being done in the scientific way, and not because the engineer is not knowing the formula or they don't want to do it, just because the data is chaotic. You will never find same grade, same supplier in one place. But when you are maintaining things in a register format the way we have created, then you are able to do it at a click of a button. And touchwood, I can say that projects where register and this, especially the pour, is maintained, we have seen remarkable intervention by the quality team, where they don't standardize their SD. Standard deviation is not 5. For them, they keep going down, because they are optimizing and improving. That is the part where quality team has the biggest role. Not be satisfied with the status quo. Do continuous improvement. And that even translates to savings, because if standard deviation is going down, your cement consumption can be controlled. Anyway, similarly, there is a system where you can generate the reports. There are multiple filters. There is a date filter, project filter, type of user filter, checklist filter. A lot of things are there. That way you can quickly create the report in whichever format is most relevant to you and use it for your management reporting. And if you want to do analytics, which we are not providing already, then you can download in CSV and do it using any advanced Excel skills that you may have learned. Now let me go to the analytic part, which is what we call custom dashboard. So some dashboards are already part of DigiQC in the standard app. But then every company has a unique way of looking at their own data. To facilitate that, we also provide customized dashboard, which means we understand their analytical requirement, how they want to monitor, and based on that, we create custom dashboards for them. So what custom dashboard means? Custom dashboard means that in one screen, you can have 3 to 4 small graphs. We call it widgets. Typically, people use 3, sometimes they have 6. So in one glance only, they get the complete idea of the project monitoring that they want to do for quality purposes. Here I have given example where on the x-axis, the inspection count is there. X-axis, the project is there, y-axis, inspection is there. And in each project, they are seeing how many inspections are done and how many have been passed. Maker checker is shown here. So you can see some project, too many makers have done, but checking approvals are less. Like that, you can monitor. In this, you can see y-axis is the approval pending. So that means that there is a bottleneck. People are not approving in time. Repeated failures can also be tracked. Like this one is most failed point. So in the checklist, each point can be traced. So you can find out, okay, what is the one point which is failing more often? That way it gives you the priority of root cause analysis, do the checking. Is it the material that is wrong? Is the manpower not trained? Or are we not able to follow the standard methodology? What is the reason? You can find out, but this gives you indicator where your attention should be placed. Similarly, you can compare the contractors also. This has a contractor on one end and the inspection on one end and the contractor on other. So you can see if this contractor has 144 overdue issues, which means they are really slacking behind. So you can tighten their screw and make them more accountable. Some more examples about safety dashboard, where you can see how many permits have been issued. So permit system can also follow the maker checker system. And you can see how many work permits were issued. Same way you can see if there is any safety instructions that have been given and which safety instruction is the most. Like in this case, scaffolding is the most. So why they are having so many problems in safety and scaffolding? You can go down and figure things out. In this case, it is as per contractor. You can see which contractor. So in this contractor has 0 instruction. So either they are not working or they are working really beautifully. And this one has the maximum. So you can find out why. So widgets are basically for you to evaluate the data. For example, this one, it is overdue issue count. This one is instructions of which category are the most. So quality 43, safety 25. So, these are the 2 categories. Otherwise, they have some other minor categories also. So these are different examples of dashboards, contractor-wise or project-wise, whichever way you want to see your data. This is snag dashboard. Trends are seen here about in which month, how many snags were caught. And then project-wise also you can do. This is on timeline. This is on project. This is from the register also. You can create your dashboards. So if you are calculating concrete, then you can even check like this company. These are all real dashboard. We have just hidden the name of the companies here for data privacy reason. So in this company, not only were they monitoring quality, but they were also putting how much quantity of cubic meter was in that particular pour. So you can see 16th floor staircase, 11 cubic meter was used. Second basement, part 2 slab concrete, 45 was there. Then they can do total and all that thing. So these kind of advanced analytics you can do. Now let me come to how people start using, because anything is change management. So at DigiQC, we have our own academy. Just like CMTI is encouraging us by giving us platform talking to you. Same way, very reputed educational institutes like NICMAR, Pune has made part of their quality curriculum DigiQC. So every year 800 plus students take our courses. Recently, Hyderabad NUCS also introduced and NIT Warangal also introduced. We are providing all of it free of cost. We don't charge educational institutes anything for providing training. In fact, we provide them free licenses for their students to practice. And for the users, any company who comes on board, their supervisor and engineer also need training. So we have these courses for them. As per their role, they take the course. They get a certificate also in the end. And that way, a lot of people can start using immediately. There is a lot of practical support that is given to the users. lot of times what happens, digital product is there, but people find it tough to use. They may have question, they don't know who to ask. They are shy to ask their supervisor. So what we have done, we have given them multiple options. For example, this is a smart system. Typically what people do, that if they don't know something, they will take screenshot and then send it to WhatsApp to their colleague and ask them, how do we do this? So we understood this user behavior. What we did, as soon as somebody takes screenshot when they are using DigiQC, it actually triggers help from our own team. So as soon as you take screenshot, help menu will open up. You can attach the screenshot directly in that and ask the authorized person. So you get the best practice. This is a unique feature, and a lot of people appreciate us for that. Similarly, we have a WhatsApp chatbot where we have trained our own AI assistant. You ask any question on DigiQC, they will give you the correct answer. They will also point out to relevant resource about detailed video or detailed steps of how to do something. For senior management, there is a hotline also. Few case studies I will mention, and then we will open to questions. This is a very famous project in Ranchi, which was done with 3D modular construction, like Lego blocks. Entire project, right from the molds to the casting yard to the hoisting cranes, and then finally to the execution and commissioning, was done on DigiQC. In I think in 18 months they completed 133 crore worth of project, I think with 140 apartment. 15,000 inspections were done during this time. And in fact, not only was the data used for the quality, but they could do time motion analysis, and they figured out that if we introduce 2 tower cranes more than what they had, the speed of execution will increase because the choke point was hoisting. And this data was available to them because DigiQC gave them the timestamp data of each step. Imagine the power of data. They were using it for quality, but the data helped them to increase the efficiency. So this is one of the unique projects. Similarly, on infrastructure projects also, DigiQC has been used. This was in Ahmedabad on a flyover. It was a split flyover, very complicated. And the consultant gave us the credit that 50% of their time was saved in the reporting part. So no reports were generated so automatically and seamlessly that 50% time was filled. Plus, the biggest achievement, 100% checklists were filled on this project. And of course, it was filled on site because there is no other way. Very few projects you will see 100% checklist filling. So they were able to achieve that. And they claimed, they told us that 40% of their efficiency increased. Means their people were able to work more efficiently. This is luxury apartment project. And in this, the report preparation time reduced by 50%, work efficiency increased 60% of their time. And the biggest achievement here was senior management said that they saved their own time, because earlier they used to have more time going into finding out who is responsible and finding out the facts and going back in time to do the analytics. In real time, they were doing it, so their time was saved. So these are 3 case studies. This is my last slide. We are also aligned with national priorities. Through our academy, we are fulfilling Skill India. By going fully digital, we are fulfilling Digital India, and we are 100% made in India. We are also one of the India's showcase projects. And we follow the standard principles that quality is omnipresent. Whether the scope increases, decreases, no problem. Time given increases, decreases, no problem. Cost increases, decreases, no problem. Quality is not to be compromised. So the iron triangle rule that you must have studied, we follow it completely. And the data analytics that is provided in real time facilitates the PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act. That whole system of continuous improvement is available through the digital platform, DigiQC. And I am available for people to connect. I am very active on LinkedIn. You can scan my QR code on the screen and ask me any question. Even after this webinar, if you remember something and you want to ask me the question, you can do that. So that's the end of my presentation. I am very happy. I am able to finish in the time allocated to me. Exactly 40 minutes I took. And now we have 10 minutes for question and answer. Over to you guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sumant, for sharing a very nice presentation.